Who told you who you are? What makes you you? Think of your identity as this flash drive. Whose files are saved on it? Is it your parents' expectations? Is it society's rules? Or that one comment that someone made that you never forgot? I've been there before, and I still remember some of the comments that people made about me when I was very young. And all these things make us see ourselves in a different lane, especially the things that people tell us about us. Today, let's look at what we call self-concept. That is what makes you, you. And we are going to also discuss what it is all about, how it's formed, how it gets distorted, and how you can reclaim it, because it's your voice that you've been losing. Self-concept is that idea of yourself that you constructed based on the belief you hold about yourself. You know, the moment someone keeps telling you the same thing over and over again, even if you don't have any proof to it, you tend to believe it. So is that belief based on what people have been telling you, or is it something that you can put a figure to it? So this self-concept can be formed through social interactions, self-perceptions, or even your experiences, and all this will affect how we think, how we behave around other people or even towards ourselves, and of course how we feel. So it's not something that we are born with. It's not inherent. It's something that we gain and form over years. It's like this flash drive. When we started using it, was empty, but as we use it, we put the information that we need. There is something that is very important when it comes to self-concept in psychology, and that is what we call conditions of worth and organismic self. You find that these conditions of worth, when we were younger, our parents or our caregivers tell us things to make us feel like if we do them, we are going to be loved, or we are going to be that good girl or good boy. For example, when you were younger, your parents told you, boys don't cry, stop crying. If you don't cry, you are a brave boy. So you want to be brave. You end up trying to toughen up throughout your life until even as an adult. So we want that expectations from the people around us. But then that is not really what we want. That is what we are told to do, even if we don't agree with it. So this is where now the conditions of worth and now the organismic self, which is that true feeling you have about yourself, they clash. This mismatch causes what we call psychological tension and anxiety. Or even Carl Rogers, one of the psychologist researcher, calls this incongruence. If there is this mismatch, people tend to lose who they are. They tend to lose direction, because if you really understand that deep within you, what is driving you, and you follow that, you tend to feel whole. But if you're following someone else's voices, or you feel like that voice is clashing with what you really want, you start having those anxieties. And that is the reason why people are in therapy, because sometimes those voices become louder to the point that we even criticize who we are. There are also these lanes that can help us to see how those incongruences come about. Self-image, how you see yourself. When you look at yourself in the mirror, what are you seeing? Are you seeing the image that people created in your head about you, or you are seeing just yourself for who you are? And are you appreciating that image that you are seeing? Self-esteem, how we feel about ourselves. And it's really shocking that research shows 85% of people worldwide experience low self-esteem at some point in their lives, which means it's something that we really need to work on. Otherwise, are we even in the 85%? And the other thing is the ideal self, who we want to be. Now, the incongruence come in whereby the self-concept, your current reality, is not matching with the ideal self, which is the person you want to be or the person you aspire to be. Let's say, for example, you want to be like Oprah or Michelle. But then you find yourself, the current reality is not matching up to what you really want to be. And those who are self-aware understand that there is self-work that you need to do for you to get there. But now, if you are not self-aware, you might tend to beat yourself like because of the current reality that you're experiencing. This lens and layers help us to be whole if they are aligned. And if they are not aligned, we feel stuck. Because how can someone imagine like, this is my current reality, and then they want to be somewhere that they don't even see? And by the way, if you are not exposed, you may not even know your ideal self. But the more you are exposed, the more you learn about yourself, the more you rediscover a lot of things, it's the more you will tend to also picture yourself somewhere and work towards it. Now that we understand what self-concept is all about, and probably you are in a position whereby there are things you need to do for you to really understand how to pick yourself from point A to point B. What do you need to do? Number one is exposure. Exposure is very, very important. You knowing what you really want and understanding the things that you really need to do for you to get there. The people you interact with, the experiences you have in life, where you are in terms of career, what are your values, what are the things that you really think, what are the things that you feel the more you do it, the more you can get better at it, what are the things that you really love to do, so that you can explore. And the more you get that exposure, the more you are able to unpack your self-concept and realign yourself. Number two, thorough self-work. Here, start with healing, because imagine all those things that are making you stuck in life, all the traumas, all the heartbreaks, all the losses, all the things that have been happening in your life that is making you stuck. You need to heal for you to first unstuck yourself. After that, you are able to identify, who is this ideal self? What do I want to be? Who do I want to be? And you are able to work towards that with a lot of sincerity with yourself. And that is actually the self-work that you need. As you heal, you keep on working on yourself. You keep on pouring into your cup. You keep on filling your cup and serving the overflow. Number three, reflective feedback and letting go. Ask yourself, whose voice is the loudest in your head? And what part of you have you silenced so that you survive? And whatever the answer you get, let it go. The things that are not serving you, let them go. Was it your weakness that you are trying to work on? Let it go and focus on bettering it. Was it something, a statement someone told you when you were young? Let it go, because it's not serving you. The only thing it's doing is to affect how you feel about yourself. And all this comes down to choices and options we have, because healing is personal. And this is what I always say, healing is personal. If you want to keep carrying the baggages, sincerely, it will just overweigh you. And there is no way that being stuck in life can make you a better person. No. That's why healing is a personal choice, and you have to explore. Unstuck yourself. Let go the things that are not serving you. Declutter things. Number 4, rewrite your narrative. Remember, you are not their opinion. You are not your past. You are you, and that is what we are talking about, self-concept. What makes you you? How about you rewrite that narrative because you are now the author? Practice and live it. Might you need psychological support or a professional working with you through this? Reach out to a professional. Allow someone to help you unstuck in life. I remember growing up, I was vying for a leadership position, and someone elderly, someone I respect, told me I was too emotional to lead. Of course, I was hurt. I felt bad. I thought I was not capable because of my emotions. But now, it's the heartbeat of my profession. It's one of my biggest strengths of being a therapist. So, what is that thing that someone told you when you were younger or growing up that made you think otherwise about yourself? This is the time to rewrite your story. This is the time you get your power back. Because we cannot expect ourselves to succeed if we give that mantle to someone else. It's yours. Take it and reclaim it. See you in the next video.